We begin our news at this hour with developments in Plateau State, where it's a Black Christmas for residents of Mangu, Bokkos and Barkin Ladi Council areas after attacks by gunmen led to the death of at least 50 persons. Governor Caleb Mutfwang has also confirmed the death from Bokkos and Mangu Council areas following the invasion of the communities on the eve of Christmas.
Christmas was not celebrated in communities of Bokkos and Mangu local government areas in Plateau State. The anticipation of a beautiful and peaceful celebration was cut short by a deadly attack by armed men that ravaged the community at night, killed scores of rural dwellers, and sacked many more from their villages. The state governor Caleb Mutfwang has condemned the attack, but it is not the first time the governor will condemn such attacks on rural communities in the state since his assumption of office on the 29th of May this year.
It is sad that within the last 2 days, we have lost innocent people as a result of incessant attacks in parts of Mangu and Bokkos local government areas. As a matter of fact, my own intelligence is putting it at no less than 50 people. Let me say enough is enough. We cannot continue this senseless, stupid, unprovoked attacks. It is totally uncalled for and it is needless.
The commander of Operation Safe Haven, Major General Abdulsalam Abubakar, disclosed that his troops eventually chased out the attackers and in the process recovered phones and other items which might provide clues that will assist in investigation and arrest of the armed attackers. He says one of his men sustained life-threatening injury during the encounter with the attackers.
We will not rest until we bring all those culpable for this dastardly act to book. Clearance operations in conjunction with other security agencies would commence immediately as agreed during the Emergency State Security Council meeting chaired by His Excellency last night. Already, the bodies and handsets of some of the miscreants neutralized in the last 48 hours have given us an inkling on how to bring their other cohorts to book.
The perpetrators of this dastardly act, following the recovery of some of the items belonging to them, will be arrested and face the full wrath of the law, as asserted by the commander of Operation Safe Haven. Funam Joshua, TVC News, Mangu.
And TVC's Funam joins me on the news now to give a further perspective on the attack. He joins us via phone. Funam, this is quite devastating. Once again, Mangu is on the news for attacks. At a time where people should be celebrating, give us a situation report from these areas, Bokkos and Mangu.
It is a painful moment, a difficult time for some of these victims and then members of the affected communities at the moment, while other parts of the state, are celebrating Christmas. On their part, it's a difficult moment for them. They are not really happy as expected. While they are preparing and hoping to witness the day, yesterday we learned the attackers stormed the community and started unleashing their mayhem on them. So it's a very painful and a sad moment for these locals and victims of this unfortunate attack that occurred yesterday throughout the early hours of today. But then the swift response of the security operatives was able to prevent further attacks across some of the communities that the perpetrators were really targeting. But then it is, like I earlier said, a very painful moment for them not celebrating the Christmas as they thought they will.
And I listened to that report there where the governor was saying enough is enough of this kind of attacks. Do we know the next move, or do we have an insight into the plans from the state government to ensure that this doesn't repeat itself?
The governor is not really happy with this unfortunate, attack. At the moment, there have been several meetings, stakeholders meetings, with stakeholders across some of the communities that usually experience this kind of attacks, precisely Mangu, Bokkos, and Barkin Ladi. And there have been several commitments, on their own part to see how they will, promote peaceful coexistence. We we enjoyed a relative peace for some months before this, attack that we experienced recently. So the governor, called on the security operatives, the leadership of the Joint Special Task Force. He ordered them to do their best to make sure that whatever, the cause of this attack, and whoever is involved into this, attack, whoever is found to be involved into this attack, he called on the security operators to do their best to make sure that they arrest them and brought them to book. So far, the assurance from them, yesterday there was an emergency security meeting with the leaders of the various security outfits on the Plateau to see that they come up with a lasting solution to prevent the further reoccurrence of these situations in the state.
Funam, there was celebration earlier, or some sort of relief when we heard that victims of the Mangu attack were being relocated back to their areas, but it looks like that has now been cut short. Thank you so much for this particular update. Funam Joshua live for us in Plateau State.